What if you knew exactly how to find the right clients, how to compete with the more established firms in your area or space, and how to get leads that actually convert to paid clients? Okay, bookkeepers, I'm going to tell you three things that you need to do first to achieve all of these things. All right, let's go. Number one, everything starts with your messaging. Words matter. Your brand messaging must be clear, it needs to be simple, and it needs to communicate your value. Clear over clever at all times. Prospects need to be able to see your messaging and know what's in it for me. So, no technical talk, no confusion. If you confuse, you lose. Your message will determine how people see you and it will shape your brand. So, how do you do this? I recommend to every single client that I work with, whether they're brand new and starting out or whether they've been at this for a while and they're looking to get to the next level, you really need a brand messaging playbook. Why? Because it's a great place where you can document all of your messaging from your value propositions and your ideal clients' details to your brand narrative. And having a good brand messaging playbook then makes everything else that I'm going to tell you about next super, super easy. So, I'm going to walk through the key components of a good brand messaging playbook and a whole lot more in a webinar that I have coming up on March 13th. It's an hour long. You get a free CPE credit, and it's at 2 o'clock Eastern Time on March 13th. It's called How to Amplify Growth and Get New Clients for Your Bookkeeping Business. I will put a link below or in the description for you to register. But let's move on to number two. So, after messaging, and actually while you're thinking of messaging, I strongly, strongly recommend picking a niche. This works. You may not be sure of what niche to pick. Think about the types of businesses that you enjoy working with, the ones that you want to work with. That doesn't mean that that's the only type of business that you'll work with. What it does mean is that that's how you're going to shape all of your marketing collateral. Because when you immerse yourself in a specific business niche, your value goes up. When you understand the nuances, the details, the intricacies of that specific niche, your value goes up, and small businesses are going to be more likely to want to work with you if they think, oh, this person completely understands my business. Maybe you're a chiropractor and you want to work with the bookkeeper for chiropractors. Maybe you're a new restaurant owner and you want to work with a bookkeeper that knows something about restaurants. Picking a niche, maybe two at max, is very, very important for shaping all of your marketing collateral and your messaging, because you need to be able to message to that niche. Now, the third thing, once you've identified your niche and you have your messaging documented, this part is easy. Now, what you're going to do is set up or optimize your web presence. And what I mean by web presence are three primary areas. One, your Google business profile. Way too often people miss this. It is the best free opportunity to market yourself that you didn't know you had. So you're going to want to claim it, verify it, get it verified, and then you're going to want to optimize that Google business profile and get Google reviews. Having an active business profile that is optimized with the little green circle that says looks good and getting some reviews out there is the best free thing that you can do for your search engine optimization or your SEO. Second thing, you need a website. And it could be a very simple website, but some place to showcase some of your messaging and talk about what you do and the value that you bring. Again, what's in it for me, making sure that you communicate the value you bring to the table on your website. And by the way, your Google business profile will often drive traffic to your website. And then I also tell people, where are your ideal clients hanging out? Are they consuming video on YouTube? Are they on Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn? Where they are is where you need to set up a profile. I am a LinkedIn person. I love LinkedIn. I recommend everybody have a LinkedIn profile who's a professional services provider, so I highly recommend that. But if you're a bookkeeper who exclusively deals with restaurateurs or in the construction field, LinkedIn may not be the place where your people are. So go where they are and set up your profile. If you have a brand messaging playbook in place, it makes it so easy to go into that playbook and extract some of that messaging or even feed that playbook into an AI tool that can be trained and customized to spit out content based on your brand, which I will also be talking about in my webinar. So now that you've got your Google business profile, your website, and social media profile established, Now you can start sharing your insights, your perspectives, and your expertise publicly. Why would you want to do that? Because this is what makes you a thought leader. And it's really, really important in a crowded marketplace, and bookkeeping is a crowded marketplace. There are 88,000 accounting services and payroll services companies in the United States, lots of competition. So it's a whole lot easier when you can share some of your insights, perspectives, and expertise in some sort of a public forum to be able to build relationships and gain trust from prospects as they see you. It's a whole lot easier to do that than have 100 sales calls where you're starting from scratch, introducing yourself, and having to start all over and over again to build that trust. So I'm a huge proponent of once you get these things in place, we do live in a digital world. So start sharing your insights, perspectives, and expertise publicly. And if you want to go in all in on YouTube and do that, fantastic. If you want to show up every day on Facebook and do that, fantastic. But before you do that, and before I talk content strategy, which will be in another video, I do want to kind of walk back through these three things quickly. Number one, messaging is everything. You need to invest time in your messaging. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, find somebody to help you and show up for my webinar on March 13th, where I'm going to walk through all of the components of a good brand messaging playbook. Then pick a niche and or do it at the same time that you're thinking about your messaging. And then once you've identified your niche and created your messaging, next thing you want to do is optimize or set up your web presence. Make sure you don't miss all three of these things: a Google business profile, a website, and some form of social media. All right, until next time, thanks for checking out the video, and I hope this was really helpful. Drop a comment and let me know what you think.